Welcome to
Canadian Doenjang.
Hi, I'm Cindy.
Hi, I'm Heejoo.
And today we're going to make Kimchi Jjigae.
Kimchi Jjigae! My favorite soup ever.
So this seemed like the perfect next recipe because last episode we made kimchi.
And this is actual kimchi we made.
Yeah, this is our kimchi, or some of it. I've eaten some of it already. So let's talk briefly about some of these ingredients.
Okay.
So kimchi, which you should all be familiar with. There's some kimchi juice. So when you make kimchi or you buy kimchi, there'll be some juice at the bottom from the fermentation process. We're using pork belly or samgyeopsal, and we've cut it up into little pieces, bite-sized pieces. I cut it a little smaller probably than most people because I'd like the piece to easily fit on my spoon with some kimchi and all that. I like the combination of the flavors. So you just cut it up into pieces, and the easiest way to do that is the Korean way, with scissors. So you just cut. It's much easier than trying to do this with a knife and cutting board. This is much quicker.
Yeah, and pork tastes, I think, the best with kimchi out of all the different kinds of meat.
Although I also like it with tuna. That would be my other. I usually make it with pork, but if I'm being, I wouldn't say lazy, but if I want a much quicker meal, then I'll just throw in a can of tuna, and then that's a really quick and fairly balanced and healthy meal. Then we have some tofu, onion and green onion. Now, usually it's not cut up quite this fine, but I don't like onion, so I cut it up fine so I pretend I don't see it.
Cindy's recipe.
It's not going to change the flavor, the size of the onion, but this is just to fool myself. Then we have the red pepper paste. You can add a little bit more if you want it a little spicier, or a little bit less if you want it a little less spicy. A little bit of sugar, some red pepper powder. Again, you can adjust the amount. And the last ingredient is doenjang. Now this is a slightly, maybe a little unusual for kimchi jjigae. Not everyone adds it, but one of my friend's mom suggested just a little bit, about a half a teaspoon of doenjang, to add a little complexity to the recipe, basically, to make it just a little bit different, but not enough to actually change the flavor.
You have a lot more ingredients here that would really enhance the flavor, but sometimes if just water, tuna, and kimchi, and just throw them all into a pot and boil, and it becomes a soup. That's true. Very easy, and still kimchi jjigae. But this is a yummier, tastier version, so let's go make it.
Let's go make it. Okay, so we're going to turn this on kind of a medium-high and put in the pork first. Once it's just a little bit cooked, we're going to add the kimchi and the onion in and saute it a bit, simply because I find it brings out more flavor in the kimchi. Okay, now we're going to add in the kimchi now that it started to sizzle. And the onion. And you just want to give this a stir fry for a couple of minutes because it helps the flavors come together. So we're going to add in the kimchi juice. And then some water. Now, don't be fooled with the color of this water. It's just the measuring cup used to measure the kimchi. It's nice fresh water. And then all the rest of the sauce ingredients. And you're going to bring it back to the boil, and then boil it for about 20 minutes. Oh, I forgot the tofu. Just so you know, you'll notice when we serve it, usually kimchi jjigae is served with rice and a few different side dishes, banchan, but always with rice. I don't think I've ever had it without. Do you have any special memories of kimchi jjigae?
Kimchi jjigae and pork. I remember, I think, first time my father cooked soup for us because usually my mom cooks. But once my mom was away, and then the first dish he cooked was kimchi jjigae for us. Because it tastes so good. Wow, 맛있겠다.
It's all ready, so we're just gonna add a little bit of green onion for garnish.
Beautiful.
And Jen, come, let's eat.
Let's eat. My favorite time. Eating time.
Oh, these little serviettes are cute.
Oh, Christmas napkin.
It is the holiday season, so
So sweet.
I thought I'd make it a little more special. Here you go, Heejoo. If you're hungry, I gave you a little too much probably.
Smells delicious.
Jen, you'll have to let me know if this is too spicy for you.
Well, you have milk, right?
I do have milk.
Milk and rice. Milk and rice.
There's lots of rice and lots of milk.
Thank you. 잘 먹겠습니다.
Enjoy.
Happy holidays, everyone. Ooh.
Okay, it's a little bit spicy, but very good.
Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year.
I'm in heaven. Happy New Year.
Stay warm, and this is a great way to beat the winter blues. So
Yes.
enjoy, and we'll see you in 2015. Bye.
Bye. My fairy godmothers keep calling me.